Question everything, for the truth should not be televised. And that's the show. So with that, you got the Cincinnati Brawl, or should we say the Cincinnati Smackdown. Because see, they play these games. They want to start the Brawl after the Smackdown. And that's how they get down. You know, they want to be able to chastise you and discipline you as if you still their property whenever they feel like it. And when the response to that don't be how they want it to be and not how they expect it to be, then out of nowhere, all of a sudden they're the victim. This is why we got so many Karens running around throughout the country. Why? Because that privilege that they have and that ability to act like nothing can touch them when it comes to dealing with our people. And those days are over with. Those days have come to a strong end in the sense of them becoming the minority and melanated people are becoming the majority. This is why they wanted to open up the floodgates for immigration and so on, to bring in others to water down the fact that we are now redominating our land. And all we got to do is just get ownership of our land again, and we'll be back on top in our own country. And that's just the reality to it, because all the others have either immigrated here or invaded here, and that's how they got here. We always been here. And in the sense of that, now we are at a place where we no longer have to hold our heads down and just get lynched. It's just what it is. And because of it, instead of starting the Cincinnati Brawl at the Smackdown of what that man did to that brother, they want to ignore that part and then just go into the reaction to the smack. But this is how they always been. This is how they always been. They want to come into the little hut that they got you in when you enslaved and then just take your woman. And then after they ravish your woman, turn around and ask her, did she like it? Is she pleased? Really? Really? But this is what we're dealing with. This is what we've been dealing with. A people who never ever been brought to justice for their crimes against humanity. Thus, ain't never ever changed their ways. They just learn how to keep it on the hush, keep it on the down low, and utilize their system systematically to continue to oppress, demonize, and destroy our people. That's what this is about. Always have been. We never been a United States. Ain't nothing gonna unite with a people who Holocaust massacred and genocide you. That's not no logical reality from nowhere. No matter how much the chucking and jiving brothers and sisters that take the bag to tell you that everything is now okay. That is a straight up lie, BS. Ain't nothing okay. Never been okay. You just gotta look at your people from the majority side of your people, not the 1 to 10% side of your people. Because the 1 to 10% side of your people are the ones that they allow to be okay in the country and utilize to manipulate the rest of us as if we're not being oppressed still to this day. As if we're not being knocked off by the 13th Amendment and re-enslaved through their mass incarceration in their privately owned prisons by the colonizers themselves, who are running around as colonizers in our community to demonize and lock up our teenagers and young adult males, who is the lions to our kingdom, the soldiers to our nation, the might and the head of our households when it comes to family. This is done on purpose. Because if you destroy the strength of the nation, then they have no get back. They have no ability to protect themselves, defend themselves. So you gotta put background checks on all of them to keep them weeded out of society, to keep them in a position of your control. in your manipulation, so that way they can never ever join as a nation to rise up to take back their lands and take back their nobility and dignity for what has been done to them by a nation who brought destruction to them and still maintaining that destruction. So no, it was a smackdown before it was a brawl. And anytime somebody touch you in a way that you don't supposed to be touched and don't want to be touched and warned not to be touched, then when you react to that response of them ignoring your request to not be touched, not to be dealt in a certain way, when you react to it, they don't supposed to have no say over what you react as. That doesn't make any sense. They should have respected not entering your personal space, nor bringing any type of violence to it. And in turn, that would be respected with none back towards them. But in this case, when you're dealing with the colonizers, they feel as if they can do what they want to you. Hey, sir, do you live here? Do you live? I've never seen you before. Let me see your paperwork. Ma'am, who are you? What kind of authority do you have? Oh, I live here, and I've been living here. So I got the right to ask you all sorts of questions and see your ID as if she's slave patrol or he's slave patrol. What are you doing in this community? We don't have your kind in this community, even though you bought the house in that community. But this is what our people are still dealing with. But let you get on the aggression. Let you get to a place where they're like, and then all of a sudden, they're victims. It's interesting how a people who Holocaust and enslave a people turn around and cry they're the victims of the people that they Holocaust and enslaved. This is what you get when you don't get justice for crimes against humanity done to a nation of people by a government in a country of people who have invaded and took the country by storm. You get this type of rhetoric and bullshit. But hey, who am I? You all got eyes. You all got ears. It was plenty of people out there that video recorded what was happening in Cincinnati, but the eyewitness people can't get no type of say over what they've seen. Why? Because when it's the truth shining a light on evil that the colonizers put out, they always nullify that truth to bring a propaganda, programmatic rhetoric of their own version of it to get off under plea down deals and tears that they can fake in front of their media, in front of their controlled system in order to get them off. You and I, we're subject to every inch of codes and regulations and laws that they could ever make up in order to crush our people. And with that, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. But that is the question. You let me know. Peace, peace.